So I want to thank you for coming into this Facebook page and checking it out, because this is about neuro-creative programming. Now, if you're familiar at all with neuro-linguistics programming, then you're a quarter of the way there, because NLP deals with the relationships that we have with ourselves and with others. So it's inward facing. But neuro-creative programming, it looks everywhere else, because it looks at how we collect the raw materials for every idea that we have ever had throughout the course of our lives. And it's built on two basic foundations, both the one that we're familiar with respect to NLP, the mechanical side of ourselves, our sense receptors, our sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch, and how we take in that information, the vehicles through which that information comes in. But it also is built on something else, the spiritual aspects of this reality in which we mentally create within. You see, the one thing that you have to understand about creativity as a process itself is that it's built upon a set of rules. Rules that structure what will happen within the experience itself. And those threads of understanding were woven through to some of the greatest thinkers that we've had, such as Isaac Newton and George Boole, a name that you might not even be familiar with. But you know his work. Because George Boole out of the UK, back in the 1700s, outlined the rules of the laws of thought based on those earlier understandings that he had access to. And those rules that he had outlined, they became the laws for modern computing logic. What came next? Artificial intelligence, which leveraged the same exact rules that were used by George Boole that much earlier, because they structure how we exist within the reality itself. And therefore, when you align with those rules, you align with reality. Therefore, you create unabound because you're balanced by the rules that dictate what is possible within this creation. So I teach neuro-creative programming through workshops, one-on-one sessions, and I help people to understand how to apply the laws of thought within their thinking. And therefore, thought becomes unconstrained. Outcomes expand. You learn to recognize and challenge the mental frameworks that shape what you know, which allows you to expand beyond current frameworks are allowing. So, welcome to the journey, and thank you again for coming into this Facebook group, and I welcome your contributions. Cheers.